such a sad ending for a being, were it human or not. This book is packed with suspense and jaw-dropping fear. And this is such a tiny book, it's like even smaller than Carrie, and we see so much death. I think Carrie is one of the other books I've talked about where there's so much death packed in such a tiny book. And I think it's righteously one of the best horror books of all time. There was no part in the book where I didn't feel like maybe it didn't deserve 5 stars. It makes you question morals that apply today in science, like creating life. And it also makes you question the concept of playing God as humans. I even found a parallel between us as humans and a possible creator. Wait for it. According to the most widespread religions out there, we have been created by a single creator, who then just let us be and is in no contact with us whatsoever. Just exactly how Victor left Gabriel after creating him. I know that Christians will argue that humans are the one that left the Garden of Eden because of a sin. And it's not that God abandoned us, we abandoned him. But just think about it for a second. What if God saw Adam and Eve? Just think about it. What if he saw them and he thought that they were 2 hideous creatures and he never wanted to see them again? So he just left them. He let them go. And today, humans still worship him. I don't know. It's something to think about late at night, that probably your creator just didn't like the way you look. In the case of Gabriel, he never got a Gabriella. He never got his own Eve. And even though he had been miserable his entire life, Victor wanted him dead. Yet, Gabriel still loved and worshipped him and wanted his approval and forgiveness. Am I the only one who made this connection? Am I weird? This story portrays what we have known for so long, yet fear to admit as humans. Whenever we pretend to be God, we end up doing more harm than good. And I believe that's something not everyone would admit. We have created everything we see around us. I mean, like, if you just look at an object or look outside your window, we have created everything that's there. We've created vehicles and factories. We have been actively polluting the atmosphere. We have planted plants where we want them to be and not where they would be if not for humans. I don't know if that makes sense. We choose which animals should breed more and which should breed less. I mean, if that's not playing God, then I don't know what is. And doing all that, we are getting closer to the decline of human beings. In this story, Victor created a giant baby, actually. He created a very large human who had an underdeveloped mind because, like, he didn't know how to speak yet. And, like, afterwards, that that baby went on to kill other people. As Frankenstein's monster is sent away free in the world and becomes what his creator feared he would be, we have to question the morality of this creation. I mean, Victor himself questioned the morality, but I think it's in a very different basis, considering that Victor assumed that whatever he created was evil because it was ugly, while my thoughts on morality in science are kind of different. And morality in science is something hugely important today because scientists are onto so many things that it's crucial to consider whether what we do is moral or not. I mean, just because we can do something, it doesn't mean we have to do it. Should we create something or someone just because we can? Should we? It's not anymore a matter of can we or must we, because, like, seriously, I don't think in Mary Shelley's universe Frankenstein had the necessity to create a human. It was more of a curiosity thing. Frankenstein's human creation was a conscious being. He could understand the world, he could think, and he could feel. And these are all things that Victor had not considered before starting his little project. And I think that's the way many scientists view their science. They don't consider the consequences that will come with their projects beforehand. So Victor's creation is not attractive and it's not eye-pleasing. How do I put this in words? Every person who encountered Gabriel misjudged him, and they treated him awfully because of what he looked like. They treated him as if he were a monster just because he was not pleasing aesthetically. I mean, I understand that in this case we're not talking about conventional attractiveness. We're talking about dead body parts stitched in together, so I understand why that would be appalling maybe. But I don't think that that's a reason to, like, assume that someone is a monster, because I don't know. What are these people thinking? Even Victor himself ran away from his responsibilities when he saw what he had created. I mean, the only person who treated Gabriel with kindness was the old blind man. He showed sympathy to the monster because he actually listened to him and didn't judge him based on his looks. Victor heard Gabriel's story, and so did Walton, and they both just dismissed the story and dismissed Gabriel as a person, even though they knew how hard it was for him to move through society. The blind man's position in the story gives us the exact picture of who Gabriel really is. It is the less prejudiced one, and through the eyes of a blind man, we can see that Gabriel is actually a good person who's been misunderstood and mistreated and misjudged. Although Gabriel wasn't created evil, he made bad decisions on the way, and he became the monster that everyone was accusing him of being. I feel for Gabriel. Victor was the first one to treat him poorly, and he didn't take any responsibility for his creation. He tried to hide his guilt and remorse by running away, while Gabriel was having an awful time around other human beings. So that's why I believe that in this story, the real monster is Victor Frankenstein. Do you agree with me? I'd love to know your thoughts. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you in the next one. It makes you what? Why? Why? It makes you makes you question morals.